there, Jamie here from Soul Drums with another little tech video. Today I'm gonna show you how to basically put a tom together, tuning everything that I do here in the store. It's one of the more, along with one of the previous videos with tuning a snare drum. Next one is drum set tuning. So tom-toms, bass drum, all this stuff. I'm gonna just show you with the tom-tom and take you all through the steps as we go through. So today we're working with actually the tom from the other video. So it's a 12 by 8 Rogers Holiday. Awesome little kit we've been working on here at the store. So what we've done is I've taken this all apart. When you've got a drum like this, it's a really good opportunity to really give it a bit of a bath. Things from you can oil and lube up your parts, you can clean up your lugs. It's an opportunity to actually take your tension rods and put a little bit of lubricant on there, whether it's it could be anything BW40 to a little bit of Vaseline. Vaseline works really well. It's sort of a jelly, so it goes and it doesn't drip out, or it just stays right there. So what we do is we take I've got my heads here. Make sure you can clean all the bearing edges to make sure everything gets all tidy and has good contact. I like to take the bottom first. So we'll do a clear ambassador here. So pop that on there. Got my hoop all ready to go here. Pop that on. First thing I like to do is just finger tighten all the tension rods down to the hoop. At this point, you don't want to over tension. You just want to make sure that we want to keep things nice and even. So, that. Good, everything's just sort of down there and finger tight. Then you go for your drum key, which of course I've lost. So take your drum key. From here, I like to do maybe a half turn, full turn, depending on how big your legs are, just to get it roughly into the same spot. Now, as you start to do this, you're going to feel your head start to actually contact with this drum here. I've done some equal turns, but I don't know if you can see that. You can still see there's still not a whole lot of tension on this head. So tap and go is my method. So once you're actually getting some tension on the head, it's a good opportunity to actually start to make sure you're in tune with yourself. So this being a 6-lug drum, a little easier than some of the Gretsch drums are 5 lugs. So you've got an odd lug pattern. With an 8, it's really easy. You can do sort of the X's. With a 6, I sort of go here to there to there. There. So you're sort of doing a crisscross back and forth. So from here, an easy thing to do, if you take your drumstick and very lightly put your finger in the middle, and you can tap all the different lug points here, and you can hear some real pitch changes. So you can hear that one's a lot higher. So since this is the bottom head, I'm gonna try and match everything up to this guy here. So we'll just start adding some tension. When you're at this stage of the game, you want to do really small increments. You don't want to start doing quarter turns or half turns, because you're really going to start sort of mixing yourself up. this stage of the game too, you also don't need to get it exactly perfect because we're going to come back to this head in a minute. So we're pretty well there. So at this point, it's on there. We can flip the drum over, put the better head. Forgot to tell you what heads on the on this drum. I'm using on the bottom a clear Remo Ambassador, and on top I've got a coated Remo Vintage Emperor coated. So nice warm sound. So as I'm catching myself up here, let's talk about heads for a sec. You've got obviously a lot of choice when you're choosing heads to put on your drum kit. Coated, clear, different thicknesses, 2-ply, single-ply. You know, I know some guys want that vintage sound, go with a really thick hydraulic head, meaning you've got some oil in the middle of the 2-plies. All these different heads and combinations are going to really change the way your drum sounds. So whether that's you know, you want to shut down overtone, you want a lot of overtone, you want your drums to sing. You know, example of that, if thinner heads allow your drum to really resonate, which is typical of a jazz, more of a jazz sound, big band. If you're going for more of a rock funk sound, usually a little thicker. A good rule of thumb that I use here in the store is always a thicker head on top than what you've got on the bottom. And in terms of tuning, we'll talk about this now. So I've got this guy here and seated, so no tension on there. So we're going to start to do the same thing. I'm finger tight on all these lugs. We're going to start adding some tension. You'll find that as you're adding tension, once you get everything finger tight, once you start to add tension to the tension rods, the other ones are going to be loose again. So if it looks like I'm doing more than a half turn, it just means I'm actually catching the lug up to the hoop. Like that one there. We're still without tension on these heads. We're going to keep going a little bit. So, starting to sound like a drum again, right? But it's really still not ringing. So you got to find that point with the ripples, which on this drum is right here, right now. And you can hear that as soon as I get that in there, the head's going to start to ring. So same process. You want to get the head in tune with itself. So you can a light finger there. That actually sounds really good. I'm just going to come back to the bottom here and do a sort of a cross reference to see to show you what pitches are different, but actually it sounds. So first thing right now is just to sort of finish off. I'll show you that the pitch of the top head, and the pitch of the bottom head. So I'll show you that difference. That one's around about a third or a fourth. I tend not to get too specific when you're talking about intervals on two-headed drums, just because it's really hard to actually get a true pitch. But there you have it. Putting new heads and tuning a tom-tom. If you have any other questions, shoot us a message on Facebook or Twitter. You can call us here at the store, 416-225-5295, or you can always shoot me an email at jamie@souldrums.com. Till next time, we'll see you soon.